Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to do a shop my stash video. This will be my first one. I really wanted to do these this year and I don't know which method you guys prefer. Let me know. So in this first video, I'm actually just going to show you some of the items that I picked from my stash, show you what they are, and let me know if you prefer to see me go through my drawers and pick the items. I actually had filmed it that way on my phone, but I didn't have my phone on a tripod and it was so shaky. I was like, nobody's gonna wanna watch this. It's very all over the place. So I decided for this one, I'm just gonna show you what I picked. And then in the next one, if you prefer to see what I'm actually picking in my drawers, like my bronzer drawer, my blush drawer, highlight, etc., let me know if you prefer that method, because I can definitely do that next time. It's just a little harder that way because I have to adjust the tripod height for each drawer and it just makes it a little bit harder. But if you guys prefer that, then let me know. But for this one, I'm just gonna show you what I already picked. So let's go ahead and get started. So these are the products that I'm gonna show you are pretty much the ones that I picked from my stash, but most of these are not like new products, although I will still be incorporating new products in my channel and in the month of March. But I'm just gonna mostly show you what I picked from my drawers that I haven't used for a while that I really wanted to use. So I'm gonna start with foundation. So these are the LA Girl Pro Cover HD Longwear Illuminating Foundation. This one is in shade Fair, which is not fair at all. Like this, I mean, this actually oxidizes. I wore this with a combination of another foundation I'm gonna show you the other day. I really like the combo, but this does oxidize. So I ended up pulling out this, which is the whitener. I think, yeah, it's just called White Foundation Lightener. So I pulled these out. I haven't used them in forever, except for I did use this foundation the other day, and I really liked the way that it looked. It was nice and dewy and just gave good coverage on the skin. It just looked nice on the skin. So I pulled these out. Also pulled out the Lorac Sheer Perfection foundation. I haven't worn this in a really long time, but this is the foundation that I actually mixed the other day with the LA Girl one, and I really liked the combo. So this one's lighter, which is why I mixed it with the one in Fair from LA Girl, because I figured that I could make it work that way, but I added a little bit too much of the LA Girl and it oxidized. So that's why I pulled out the whitener, but I do want to use this like solo, but also mixed with the other one because I like that combo. And for primers, I pulled out these. This is the Becca, a First Light Priming Filter. Instant Complexion Refresh. I really love this. I have probably about half of this left, and I just really want to use this up because I have two backups. So this is one of my favorite primers, and I hadn't used it in a while, but I did pull it out probably, I would say like a month ago, and I still want to continue to use this. So I'm going to keep this one out because I want to use it up. And then the other one I pulled out that I hadn't used in a while is the Becca Backlight Priming Filter. I really, really like this as well, but I haven't used it in a while. Both of these just give a nice radiance to the skin. This one's more radiant than the purple one, but I really love it, so I'm gonna pull that one out. And I pulled out two powders I haven't used in a while. This is by L'Oreal. This is the Hydra Perfect Loose Powder. I think you can only find these at Walmart. I haven't seen them at any other store. You may be able to find them online, but I always see them at Walmart. They're at the very bottom of the shelf in the L'Oreal section, like towards the floor. They have several different shades. You get 14.1 grams in here. This is in the shade Translucent 916. And I used to love this, but they have so many loose powders on the market now, and I have several. So I want to see if I still really like this, which is why I decided to pull it out. So the reason I want to do these videos is, one, so I don't neglect my older products. Number two is that I can actually use older products and see if I actually want to get rid of them sooner rather than collecting a bunch of stuff and then decluttering a bunch later. I can just declutter more often. So if I don't like something from the Shop My Stash, then I'll get rid of it sooner. So this one I want to try again. And then another one is the Neutrogena Shine Control Powder Rice Protein Complex. I used to love this, but I haven't used it in such a long time. I want to see if I still like this. I don't know. I feel like it might be a little bit too matte for me. So I'm going to pull that out. Another powder I pulled out is the Hourglass powder. I haven't used this in forever. It's the Ambient Lighting Powder in Dim Light. I have 2 of these, and I decided to pull this one out. I actually used this yesterday, and I really liked it. I actually dusted it all over my face, and it looked really pretty. I think I want to get the shade that's a little bit more yellow in tone. This one has more of like a, I would say a little bit pink undertone, so it's not the best for my skin. So I feel like that will help me decide if I want to keep this particular color or maybe purchase the one that suits my skin tone a little better. So I have a few different concealers I pulled out. This one here is the NARS Radiant this is the Soft Matte Complete Concealer in Light 1 Chantilly. I used to love this, but I haven't used it in such a long time. The shade is a little bit light for me. I could use a shade darker, but I remember after I had purchased this one and I really loved it, I was trying to find a different shade, but I felt like the other ones were a little too dark and this one was too light, so I don't know. I'll have to look again, but we'll see first after I use this to see if I still love it. I just thought it gave good coverage and it looked nice under the eyes, but we'll see because I haven't used it in such a long time. And then I pulled out the Physicians Formula Insta Ready Full Coverage Concealer. Do they still sell this? I don't even know. Comes in a little packaging like the MAC one. Oh, it's coming apart. What the heck? Oh boy. Oh, there we go. It's like crooked or something. There we go. So yeah, it's the one by Physicians Formula. They came out with this like what, a couple years ago. And I remember liking it, but I just never really grabbed for it or reached for it. So I want to play with that one, see if I want to keep this. I have the shade Fair, and I don't even know if they still have this concealer. Another one is the Tarte Rainforest of the Sea Aqua Concealer. I used to like this as well. It does smell like paint, which is kind of weird. I feel like a lot of products, foundations and concealers smell like paint these days. This is surprising though from Tarte because they're more natural, so I don't know what ingredient causes that scent. But I used to like this. I haven't used it in forever and I wanted to pull it out. And then I have this little sample here of this Becca. This is the Under Eye Brightening Corrector. And it's just a sample size. I want to use this and see if I want to keep it or not. It's supposed to be like under eye correcting kind of brightener. I want to try that out. Oh, another primer that I have a sample of that I want to try is the Smashbox Photo Finish Primerizer. I hear lots of people talk about this and they love it. I just recently got a sample, so I wanted to try that. This is the Physicians Formula Refreshment Cucumber Ambu Eye Depuffer. Last year I was using this like when I first bought it, and then I kind of put it away and I wanted to bring it back out. I really like this actually for under the eyes. It just feels nice and hydrating, kind of cooling and just really refreshing, and it's nice to put on before concealer just because it is kind of hydrating. So I want to pull that back out. I actually pulled out my Sephora Glitter Guard eyeshadow primer. This is like a glitter glue. And I recently was playing with some pigments on my eyes, so I pulled this out. I haven't used it in a while. And then these are new. I don't really want to like mention them too much. These are by Milani. It's the Soft Focus Glow Complexion Enhancer. And then these are liquid highlighters. I did a recent Milani haul video. If you haven't seen it, I will link it above. But I'm keeping these in the drawer. I also have a little stand I'll show you with all new products. So I will be reaching in that little bin as well as using these products here. So for bronzer, I pulled out the oh my gosh, I pulled out the Giorgio Armani Maestro Liquid Summer bronzing liquid. This has an SPF of 15. I really liked this when I first bought it, but I haven't used it in a long time. This is the original shade in 100. They have since came out with different shades, so I want to play with that and see if it's still even good because it's kind of old. It smelled okay, so that's why I kept it for my declutter video, but I just want to try it out again because I know that I liked it at the time. Then I pulled out the IT Cosmetics Bye Pores bronzer. This one's in Beach. I wanted to see if I want to keep this. I used it a couple times last week, and it is developing hard pan, which is why you see these scrapes on there. I was trying to scratch the hard pan off. And then I used it the other day with a natural brush, which worked much better. So I feel like with this particular bronzer, I'm gonna have to use it with the natural haired brush. When I use it with the synthetic brush, that's when it kind of gets the hard pan. So certain products are like that, like certain types of brushes work better than others. So for this one, a natural hair brush is better. So I'm playing with this. I'm just seeing if I want to keep it or not. It does have a little bit of a sheen to it. It's not completely matte. This Makeup Forever Bronze Fusion, Pro Bronze Fusion. I have the shade in number 15. I think it might be one of the lightest ones, obviously, because I'm super light, but I haven't used this in a really long time. This also has kind of a satin finish. It's not matte. I used to love this. I just haven't used it in such a long time, so I wanted to pull that out. And I pulled out some blushes. This is from NARS. I haven't used this in a really long time, and it's looking a little bright. Like, I don't know, I just feel like I'm not as into these really bright blushes as I used to be. So that's what it looks like right there. I'm trying to decide if I want to keep this one. It's the New Attitude blush. I believe this was limited edition. And then I also pulled out this one. It's IT Cosmetics CC Radiance Ombre Blush. Je ne sais quoi is the name of this one. And this one has, the NARS one had a matte finish. This one has more of like a satin slight sheen to it. So yeah, it's really pretty. Give you a little swatch. I guess these are kind of similar. I actually probably should have picked a different shade. Oh well. I really want to see if I want to keep this one though, so that's why I pulled it out. So I pulled this really old MAC blush out. It's from the Archie's Girl collection, and this is, it says Betty on it, but it's called Cream Soda, and it's a satin finish. I pulled this really pretty blush out and used it the other day after I had filmed this video the first time, and I actually really like this color a lot. It's really pretty. So I know that I want to keep this, and I just want to use it because I hadn't used it in years, but look how pretty that shade is. Can you guys see? I hope you guys can see. So it says satin. It looks like a matte to me, but it's like a peachy color, not too orangey peach, but just really nice everyday color. And I pulled out this Maybelline Fit Me blush. I used to really like these. I haven't used them in a while. This is number 10. I think it's the lightest shade. It's called Buff, and it's just more of a nude. These blushes from Maybelline are really nice, but they are like a more buildable blush. Like, they're not super pigmented right off the bat. So people may not like that, but I don't mind that. Actually, I prefer that. So there's the shade right there. It's a really nice, just neutral blush if you have a light complexion. Has a little bit of a satin finish. I pulled out a couple highlighters. This one's from Makeup Geek. It's in the shade Luster, and that is what it looks like right there. Give you a little swatch. Feels so soft. So it has more of a pinky undertone. It's really pretty, so I'm gonna use that. And then I pulled out this one from Laura Geller, the Baked Highlighter Duo in French Vanilla Portofino. I used to love this. I just haven't used it in forever, but you have two different sides there. This is vanilla, this is Portofino. Let me give you an actual swatch. So one's a little bit more natural looking, and then this one is a little bit more shimmery, and I really like it. It's a really nice little duo, so glad to be pulling that out of my collection. Oh, and I also had this one just kind of randomly hanging out, and I was like, you know what, let's just put that in my drawer. This is a blush from Hard Candy, the Look Pro Bare It All Lip and Cheek Stick, and I bought this last year. I need to play with it some more. This is in the shade Oh So Spicy. It's a really pretty color, but I need to play with it some more. And then this is like a little brush that you can use to buff it out, which I will probably never use because it's so small. And I just feel like it wouldn't blend the product that well. Because I feel like this is kind of a thicker consistency, so you really have to blend it into the skin. So I might prefer like a beauty blender or a bigger brush to kind of stamp it on my cheeks. So I pulled out this Colourpop Highlighting Cheek Duo. I had never used this before. That is a very common thing with my collection. I love makeup. Sometimes I buy way too much of it. I don't have enough faces to put it on. So a lot of times I buy things and I never use them. So that's another reason for doing these videos. But I had never used this before. It was a limited edition collection from Colourpop. It's called Clockwork. I can't remember if that's the name of the collection or not. But I actually have 3 of these different duos from them, and I don't think I used the other 2 either. But this, I actually used this the other day. This one's in TikTok. Unfortunately, when you pull out the packaging from the sleeve, there is no name on it, so I have to keep the outer packaging, which is kind of annoying. But these are the shades, and I wore this to work the other day and I was like so in love with it. I love the highlighter, I love the blush. I think they're both beautiful, so glad to be pulling products out of my collection that are being super neglected. So it's kind of like a peachy highlighter, and then this is like a peach blush. But I thought they looked really pretty on the skin, so. And these are really big pans, like that is huge. So I'm glad to be pulling products out because I really like this. I'm glad that I finally used it for once. I have these 2 new highlighters in here from Lorac. I did a video on the new Lorac Spring 2019 collection. If you want to see that, I will link it below. But these I just have in the drawer. And then eyeshadows, I pulled out the NYX Lid Lingerie palette. Did a video on this as well, actually. But I really like these shades. They're all matte, and I just really like the colors. Have some good transition shades. You got a brow bone shade, you got some darker browns here. One has a little bit more red in it. This one's a little more neutral. And I like this palette, I think it's pretty. I really need to get some organizers in this drawer. I don't have any. But I kind of also like to have the products laying flat so that I don't put too many things in here and they don't get lost, and I can see everything that's in here. So I'm not really sure. I might just lay everything flat like I had it previously. But I pulled out some single shadows from my collection because I have so many that I need to go through and see what I want to declutter. This is by Urban Decay. It is called Easy Baked, and this is one of their older ones, but it is such a beautiful shade. Look at that. I know I want to keep this one for sure. I think it's so pretty. I just haven't used it in forever. And then this one is also the Urban Decay. This one's the Intergalactic one. This one's like a purple. It's like a glittery one. It's beautiful. Look at that. I haven't pulled this out enough. I have another purple one here. It's called Tonic. And it has that kind of purpley pink blue shift. So pretty. Purple is my favorite color. I think those 2 would pair really pretty together. And I just pulled out one of my L'Oreal Infallible eyeshadows. This one is called Golden Sage. I love all these, but I just need to use them. They get neglected. So that is what Golden Sage looks like. Wait, it's called Golden Sage? Yeah, Golden Sage. It doesn't really look golden. I don't know why they call it Golden Sage, but it's very pigmented, great color. I actually wore this the other day as well, all over the lid with a light color in the crease, and it was a very nice look. Just very simple and easy, but little pop of color. It was honestly very hard for me to pick some single shadows from my collection because I have so many of them that I was like overwhelmed. So that's why I need to declutter. And I'm actually going to be uploading a eyeshadow declutter soon. I need to get on that. So this last eyeshadow that I picked is the Edward Bess Ultra Luminous Shadow in Nude 06. I got this a long time ago on HAUTELOOK and I never used it. It just looks, it says luminous. I don't really feel like it's luminous. I guess it might have like a slight satiny finish, but I don't really feel like it's luminous. It's just not quite matte. But I just thought that would be a good brow bone highlight. And since I had never used it before, I thought I would pull it out to see if I want to keep it. So, right, lastly, let's talk about lips. I pulled out all of these lip products here. Some Milani ones here that I'm not going to talk about because these are new and I mentioned them in my Milani haul video. And I actually also did a look with the new Milani products. So those I'm just keeping in here. But these here I pulled out of my collection. The first one here is a Marc Jacobs lipstick and it is called Role Play. I don't remember. Oh, this might be from the new Nudes collection. It's a sheer lip gel. And I love the packaging on this. I have not worn this for a long time. So I wanted to pull it out and it's a really pretty color. Still smells like vanilla. I pulled out the Maybelline Vivid Hot Lacquer, and the shade is number 62 Charmer. I don't remember if it's like I loved the way this looks on the lips, but I think it's a little bit too glossy where it slips outside the lip lines. You see how glossy that is? I love the color though, it's really pretty. So I just want to play with that a little more and see if I want to keep it. Still smells really good. It smells kind of sweet, like chocolate almost. And I pulled out this by Hard Candy. It's the Cashmere Silk Demi Matte Cream Lip Lacquer. No, lip color. And I have Creme Brulee. I just want to see if this is something I want to keep. These are all very similar shades now that I'm looking at them. So yeah, that's what that looks like. It's also like, looks similar to this as far as like the finish goes. It didn't quite pick up as much product because of the applicator. It is a lighter shade, but it says demi matte. That does not look like a demi matte. I don't remember. All right, and then this is by Flower Beauty. It's the Hydra Silk Ultimate Lip Butter. And the shade that I have here is Naked Petal. I really like this. Wanted to pull it out. It's like a great everyday lip product. Oh my God, there's a theme with all these colors. I'm so fired for picking all the same type of shades. But I guess this is what I just gravitate towards. So it's very glossy, but not overly glossy. It just feels hydrating on the lips. It's a really pretty color. I love the little bullet or the little packaging that it has. I don't know, I love this. I pulled out a Bite Beauty Amuse Bouge lipstick in meringue. I haven't used this in forever. And again, it's the same color family. Oh my gosh, I didn't even notice that I did this, you guys. I guess I just wanted to pick wearable shades, but that's what it looks like right there. Still smells minty, so, and I've had that for a long time. And I pulled out this L'Oreal Infallible Pro Matte Liquid Lipstick. This is part of that chocolate collection. This is number 848 Dose of Cocoa. This is something I want to see if I want to keep because I think the color is a little, like I like this color when I swatch it, but I think when I put it on my lips, I was like, well, it's a little bit gray looking. So I need to see if I want to truly keep that. And I pulled out this Too Faced Melted Chocolate Liquefied Longwear Lipstick. Chocolate Honey is the name. So these are the ones that have like the little squeeze tubes. Ew, it's kind of separating. Ah, hold on. All right, so. See, that color looks pretty. It's kind of brown though, so I'm gonna see, I wanna keep that. There was a different one I think I meant to pull out. I think this one's the darker of the two, and the lighter one is the one that I liked. So we'll see if I wanna keep that one. Also pulled out this L'Oreal Infallible Paints Metallics in number 330 Moonlust. I remember liking this. It does have a metallic finish, but it's a little more glossy, so makes your lips look very plump. So yeah, I wanna see if I wanna keep that. Pulled out two Lorac Alter Ego lip glosses. I love these. These are awesome. So I have the shade in Girl Next Door, which is more pink. They're very opaque and just a nice glossy formula. So that's Girl Next Door. And then this one is called Duchess. So there's Duchess. Definitely like Duchess more. It's more my kind of color, but I wanted to pull the pink one out to see if I want to keep that. But I like the formula on these. And then the last lipstick that I pulled out is this one here, the NYX Liquid Suede Cream Lipstick. And this is number 04, Soft Spoken. Oh, you know what? This smells awful, like it went bad. So I'm actually going to toss this. I've had this for a while. No, hold on, let me smell it again. No, it smells rancid. So never mind on this one, it smells really bad. It smells terrible, it's like it went bad, so I'm gonna toss this in the trash. All right, so there's my everyday makeup drawer right there. That's one drawer actually. This is actually my second drawer right here. These are just lip products that I always keep in here. And then I wanted to go over some of the liners that I pulled out of my collection, which are over here. I pulled out this NYX colored felt tip liner in chocolate brown. I just love brown eyeliner, so I pulled this one out. Haven't used it in a while. I used to love this. And it has a nice long felt tip flexible applicator. And I pulled out the Makeup Geek eyeliner pencil in espresso. It's a nice rich brown. I also pulled out the NYX Faux Black Burnt Sienna eyeliner. This one has more of a reddish burgundy undertone. And I got my Physicians Formula Eye Booster. These I really need to use up. So this is also a brown liquid liner, but this is not as dark as the NYX one. I also have the black one in my drawer, which I use all the time, so I just keep it in here. I pulled out the Pixie Endless Silky Eye Pen, and this is in Matte Mulberry. I love this shade so much. It's so pretty. It's like a plummy brown. It's really pretty. So I also have the Pixie Endless Silky Eye Pen in Rose Glow, which is such a pretty color. I wouldn't even say it's rose. I would say more it's like bronze. I hope you guys can see in this lighting. And I pulled out this Bang Beauty chocolate gel eyeliner. I got this in a BoxyCharm, and I think it's just way too dry. Like it feels, I remember I used it once and it like, see, it just seems really dry. So I'm gonna give it a go on my eyes. If I don't like it, I'll just declutter it. So I will show you in my little update video. I guess when I film the next Shop My Stash video, I will show you which products I ended up purging, and then I'll show you my new products that I pick for the next month. So I didn't really pick any lip liners. I actually need to do that, but maybe I'll do that in the next video. It's hard because all my lip products are actually in a closet in little acrylic drawers, and it's really hard to access them. And I like them in there because they're not like in the room and taking up space. But at the same time, it's hard for me to actually shop my stash when they're hidden in the closet. So I don't know, I might have to do some rearranging, but I pulled out this eyebrow product. It's the Brow Gal, the Insta-Tint Light Hair 03 Tinted Brow Gel with microfibers. So I've used it a couple times. I don't know. I like the small brush. I just don't feel like it does enough for my brows. So this might be going in a declutter. And then I also pulled out this L'Oreal Brow Stylist Boost and Set. I love this so much that I bought a backup, and I think this is a great product. It just has a nice tiny little brush. I have the shade Light Brunette. It really combs through each hair, so that I pulled out. So for mascaras, I only pulled out one. Most of these I'm just trying to use up, but the one that I actually pulled out that was still in the packaging from a while ago when I purchased it was this one, the Rimmel Wonderfully Real Mascara with Keratin. So I actually did not like this the first 2 times I used it. I feel like it was very clumpy, but the more that I use it, the more I'm starting to like it. So I just added that to my mascaras that I already have. Most of these I don't care for too much. I'm just trying to use them up. I'm very like weird about that with mascara. I just hate wasting them. So even if I don't like them, I will layer them with one that I do like. So I have some in here that I'm just not too crazy about. Okay, the last 2 things I want to show you are these 2 sprays. Face mist. This is the Flower Beauty Seal the Deal Hydrating Setting Spray. It's supposed to have a dewy finish. It's okay. It's not even close to my Catrice Dewy Setting Spray. I love that one. I actually just bought 4 more from Ulta.com the other day because they were buy one get one half off, and they had just came back in stock. Like they have been out of stock for a while. So that one is my favorite. This one I want to use up though, so I did pull this out, and it's okay. It's just, I wouldn't repurchase it though. It's not my favorite. And then I pulled out the Pixi by Petra Glow Mist. I like this, but it does leave oil particles all over after you spray it. So like I get it all over my shirt and my vanity, and I just don't love that about it, but I do like the way it makes my makeup look. But I want to use the rest up because you can see I used most of this, so I just want to use the rest. All right guys, so that is it for this Shop My Stash video. Let me know if I should do these on a monthly basis. I'm thinking monthly would be good. And then also let me know which style you prefer. Do you just want me to show you which products I picked out? Or do you want me to actually show you as I'm going through my drawers what I'm gonna pick out? So thank you so much for watching. I love you guys. Have a great day. Bye.